Hey everyone, Alan Bauer here in Bay City, Michigan. And what I want to talk about today is you have to show up to work your business every day. I mean, like every single day, you have to do it. Because what happens here, well, let me say this. A lot of you have a job. Let me just adjust this light a little bit here. So you have a job, and let's say you don't show up to work tomorrow. And you might get away with it, you call in sick, whatever. But let's say you no call, no show. How many days do you think you can get away with that in a row? I mean, best case scenario, probably three. That's like the best case scenario. You may get fired before that, but yet people do this with their business. They get into the business and they're all excited when they first come in and they go through their warm market list. They get their list of 100 friends and family. They call them up on the phone. They send them Facebook messages and spam them with their link, and a lot of them may have a little bit of success at first, and and they're on Facebook, and their Facebook looks like a infomercial, because all it has is their product, and they got their shake or their mascara here and all this other stuff, and and they're putting all this stuff on, or they're drinking their shake and they're lifting their weights and doing all this stuff, and it's like they are just like pumped up. And that lasts about a week to about 30 days. And then they run out of people and they keep trying to hit their friends with the same stuff. And pretty soon you look at their Facebook post and they have like 0 likes. Nobody pays attention to anything. No matter what they do, people are just like, dude, would you shut the hell up and stop with this? So they just like they disappear. Like they go on the witness protection program and they disappear for like months. And then maybe they come back eventually and they get fired up again for about 3 days and they're back into it, and then they're gone again for a few months, and then they come back for like 3 days. Can you imagine if you were an employee and you did that at work? Do you really think you'd still be at work, or do you think you'd be fired? Now let's turn it around. Let's say you're the owner of the place and you have an employee just like yourself, how you're working the business. How long would you keep them on the payroll? How long would you keep them in that position? Or would you fire them? Would you fire somebody that showed up, like 3 days, and they did really great job? They come in, they bust their butt for 3 days, and then they disappear for like a month. And then they come back and they work another 3 days and disappear for a month. You're probably going to can them because they're not consistent. You need somebody that's there all the time. It's the same thing with the business. And I can say this because I'm guilty of it myself. Karen and I came into this business, just before CTFO launched the CBD. We signed up January 2nd, 2018. And we had a really good run. Exactly 11 months later, we made it up to 25,000 vice president, 25K VPs. And we're on a roll. We're at about 44,000 at the peak, and then there's some issues. They had website stuff and visa processing. There's always going to be challenges in business. So I stopped blogging. I used to blog like all the time, and I stopped blogging because I said, well, I can't even get to the site. It's got this little red thing on it, and it says, hackers are going to get you, all this scary stuff. And I knew it wasn't. It was just they were transitioning. But it didn't look very good. So I said, well, I'm not going to put a blog out there and send somebody to a site so they can see it that's down. Well, the problem was I stopped blogging for so long. I stopped doing everything. And even when it turned back on and those problems were gone, I still stopped. I was checked out, man. I was like totally checked out. And then I kind of come back into it. It was months before I wrote a blog. So we watched the business, and some of it wasn't our fault. I mean, some was during the transition and, the website or the visa processing thing. But we watched our business from like March of 2019 to November of 2019 take a plunge. And it went down. I mean, our recruits, number of new people coming in dropped like 91% from March to November. Now, the cool thing was in November is when I finally, you know, got my act together again. I said, you know what? I'm going to do this. It was November 2nd, 2019. I said, I'm going to do a video every single day. And I started doing that, and I've not missed a video. I almost missed one the other day because I forgot about it, but I got it done just before midnight. And what's really funny is the power in my phone died right after. I mean, you talk about timing. It was like one of those, those 007 movies or whatever, or where the bomb's going to go off and it's like stops, like I had 7 seconds. I stopped the video and then the phone died. Well, luckily it came up and my video was there, so I got it done. But we're not going to cut it that close again. So anyway, once I started doing this, it didn't ramp up right away, but things started to take off. And now, I mean, CTFO has really gone above and beyond, with all the new announcements about the 20% off the first order in your 7 days for new people. And then 30 days, you get an extra 10% off if you're a new person, off your business builder pack, off the, this is already below the wholesale price at 20% off, and the 10% on the business builder pack, if you do it in the first 30 days, is beyond what's already like massively discounted. And then they got the, the path to platinum. And I don't know why, when I heard this, I heard like Stairway to Heaven, like Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven. You know how it says, and she's buying her stairway to heaven. Well, they got the path to platinum, so I kind of heard like, and she's buying her pathway to platinum. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But I heard this in there, and then and there are 2 paths you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on. So you really do have 2 paths. You don't have to go the business builder route. But you can, so there's those 2 paths. And you can either come right in and buy a platinum, but if you don't have the money, you can buy a silver. And then you can get 3 people under you to buy silvers, and they automatically rank you up to gold. You get 3 more people, or even if one person bought all 3 packs, you get ranked up to platinum without even having to buy one. So there's some cool stuff. And I did the video on that the other day. You can check that out. But the bottom line is you have to do something in your business every single day. Picture if you bought a McDonald's franchise. You got to spend about $1 million, $2 million, and I did a McDonald's video here before too. But to get this franchise, you got to drop $1 to $2 mil, and it's going to produce maybe $100,000 a year profit after you pay the employees and all expenses and all this stuff. But people buy multiple ones, and why do they do it? Because they never go under. Why? Because they have a system that they follow. They have to go to Hamburger University. Doesn't matter who you are, how much you think you know, whatever. You got to go by their system. And their system works. It's proven. It's one of the most successful franchises in the world. But you got to have a lot of money to jump into it. Here you can jump into this for free. So the bar is set so much lower. So you get a lot of people that never done anything, and it's like, oh, I'm my own boss. And it's like, I'm just going to screw off like the entire time and not do anything. And then I'm going to complain and throw the company under the bus when I don't make any money. Really, my money in here, like the money that Karen and I make, it's determined by us, nobody else. Sure, you can have problems, but you can't blame that forever. You can blame that for a day or so, or whatever, but ultimately, like I just heard one of our upline who's in Canada, and CBD was cut off in Canada. No fault to CTFO, but everybody wants to throw CTFO under the bus on this like it's their fault. It's a Canadian government. It's Health Canada that's, you got to jump through all the hoops. We didn't write the laws there. I mean, this is the Canadian government. If you got somebody to take a complaint up with, really it should be your own government. I'm just calling it like it is. Maybe some people don't want to hear that, but nobody can get in there right now. So a lot of people complain, or they're sitting back like, I'm just waiting until CTFO gets their act together, and then I'll get back into it, maybe. Well, meanwhile, our upline, she's going all out recruiting and running her business and doing everything. She says, you know what? I want CBD just as much as everybody else, but I'm going to show up to work every day, and I'm going, well, she did take a day off today. You can do that. But she's running her business every day, and she's building it back up with the keto products and the non-CBD products. So it may not be ideal, but she's doing what she can. And here's the thing, when the CBD does get turned back on in Canada, guess who's going to have the greatest results? Our upline person that's busting her butt and growing her team, because now her team's all there, and all of a sudden the whole team that she's created are going to say, oh my gosh, CBD's back in Canada. Boom, she's going to explode. Where everybody else that's been sitting back like this and they don't have anybody, just themselves, now they got to go out and they got to scramble, and they're going to miss that initial momentum when CBD turns on, because everybody's going to want to get in, and they'll catch some of it, but not like the explosive growth that everybody else would have. So my point is, we're all guilty of this. Things can go bad, and you get upset, and you just say, you know what, I'm checking out. I'm going to do the minimum. I'm just going to do my $47 a month so I can collect my check, and I'm going to sit back on my butt and wait till this thing goes. I've been there. I've done it. And I'll tell you exactly what happens. Your business goes like this. And you finally either say, okay, I'm getting out of this thing, or, hey, I need to get my act together. I need to show up to work every day. And my work here is like, what do I do every day? Maybe I work an hour, 2 hours in the business, but I do that every single day. I do not miss one day. I don't care what's going on, how stressful something is, unless, as long as I'm conscious, I'm not like flatlined on a hospital table or something, I'm going to do this video, even if I'm sick. And I've been sick, like I still do the video. I may be like, oh, it's like feeling horrible, but I'm going to do the video. So, and then I do a blog every week too. My goal is a minimum of one. If I do anything above and beyond, I'm good. But this is what people look for too, because you're saying, well, nobody will join me. Well, they don't join you because they don't know if you're going to stay in the business or not. You're all wishy-washy. You're going to say, oh yeah, I'm like all excited, and I see so many people that I thought about. I started looking them up on Facebook today. They got, they were walking, their Facebook profile was a walking CTFO billboard. Every single post, like, oh, let's post 10 times a day, CTFO, boom, here's our sleep spray, here's our CBD, here's this, here's that. And they did that for 30 days, and then they just disappeared out of the business. And they never come back. They don't even have the CTFO on there. They're done with it. Some people are on to the next shiny MLM. Other people just gave up totally, and they're back to a job. People do this all the time, though. They don't put the time and effort in. Everything takes time and effort. Businesses do. Business relationships, personal relationships, you have to nurture them. And with your business, you have to be there every day. People need to see that consistency. Like Karen and I are not going anywhere. People still ask me like, hey, you guys, how's that CBD thing going? You still in that? It's like, hell yeah, I'm still in it. I've been in it since January 2nd, 2018. How's it going? It's going pretty damn good, because, we're making like a full-time income off this, extra income. We split it with each other. But, like people expect, like, well, I see everybody else falling out. So who do you think people are going to join? Are they going to join somebody that's still in this business and still doing it every day and growing that business? Or are they going to go with, think about it. If you're open, like say you had that McDonald's, you open your McDonald's whenever the hell you felt like it. So say the first month, you open up, you got the grand opening, everybody's showing up, you got the crowds, everything's going. Then you say, I'm going to take a week off. I'm going to disappear for 3 months. I'm going to leave my McDonald's shut down. And then it's like, well, I'm going to turn it back on for 3 days. And then you got to hire all the employees back and come for 3 days, and then you lay them all off again. How successful do you think that would be? McDonald's would probably come back and snatch that thing right from you and say, hey, you just forfeited this, or how. I'm sure they got it into the thing, but they would, corporate would probably step in there and smack you down for running it like that. Unfortunately, the way we have it here, you're on your own. There's nobody to kick you in the butt here except yourself. And sometimes I need somebody to kick me in the butt too, like when I let it go for too long. So now, I'm calling myself out. That's why I do the videos, because if I don't show up for the video one day, I'm on the hook here. I'm accountable to everybody. And you can go back. You can check since November 2nd, 2019, I've done a video. And then I turned the blog back on where I started blogging, Sunday through the following, Sunday's my cutoff. So I say, Monday's the start of the week for that, and by Sunday I got to have a video. So I may do one on Sunday, one on Monday, and then I kind of got a little more time. But But I do that. I'm accountable. I'm showing up every day. I'm doing the business. And guess what? We just had like some of the most massive increase. I didn't even have time to calculate it. We're up 360% already from our bottom. We blew through, I don't know, we didn't double it, but we went up probably 2/3 on our business in just the last week or two here. So our volume has gone up 2/3 more, like 66% more growth in 2 weeks. This is huge with all the announcements and everything coming. So I just wanted to put it out there. You know, you get paid what you're worth in here. You can make excuses or you can make money. It's up to you. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. You can say, you know, you can blame things on the company. You can blame it on your upline, your downline, your team. You know, your team's not working. Your upline's too abrasive, whatever. You don't like them. CTFO's not perfect. It's their fault. Can't, you can make up all these excuses in the world you want, and your paycheck's going to look like this. Or you can find a way to overcome those challenges and obstacles and still go out there and build your team. Lead by example. Let people see that you're actually doing this, that it can be done. Not everybody's going to follow you. That's okay. But there are going to be people that'll follow you. And those people that are following you and duplicating it, they're what's going to take you to the top. And what they're going to do is they're going to follow a consistent leader that never wavers. So never back down. Keep with this. Like if somebody tried to recruit me, I don't even want to hear it. I don't want to hear another opportunity out there because it's off the table for me. There's no way. So I'm with this company. I'm with it forever. And we're making this thing go. This is what I'm passionate about. This is what I believe in. I'm not attracted to the next shiny object. It's the same thing with, if you want a good relationship or something, you got to be committed to that. We're committed to this business. Karen and I are both committed to this business. We work it together. We're committed to each other. We got each other's back. And friends and family and associates and business partners that want to partner with us, we welcome you in here. But if you want to sit back on your butt and not do anything, that's your choice too. We can't force you. But the opportunity's there. 95% of the people drop out because they quit. They're expecting some overnight miracle. This really is about a good 3 to 5 year thing. And we're not there yet. We've been doing this a little over 2 years. So January, we've been doing about 26 months. Come March, like March 2nd, it'll be 26 months that we'll have been in this business. And there's been good times, bad times. We're on a really, really good time right now. It's going up. And by the end of this year, things are going to be a lot different. So it's already pretty good. Very happy with everything and the way everything's going. So I know I'm making this one a little bit longer, but I'm telling you, if you want to make some money and you're really serious about this, man up, lady up, act like a business owner, act like a professional, show up to work every day. It's your business. You got to work it. Go out there, kick butt, take names, and get this thing going. And we're going to show you some of the new things that we're learning here too. I got some new marketing stuff for online, new ways of doing things that I'm learning right now. I'm going through a class on this, so decided to invest in myself and our business and put some money back in that and go through this class. And then this training, what I'm going to do is share exclusively with people that are on our team that are actually showing up to work and doing the business. So if you want to do this, now's the time to do it. Feel free to reach out to me and we will get you hooked up on this. So that's all I got for tonight. A little bit long, but just need to say it. And I'm not complaining about anybody. We're all adults. We all make our own choices. I'm not forcing anybody to do anything. I'm calling myself out. I call myself out because I've been there. I've done everything. I've made those mistakes. And I'm just trying to save you that same problem. If you're really serious about this, you can make some serious money. Don't do the same things I did. Maybe I can save some time off your mistakes making the same ones that I made. So that's really what I'm trying to do, is just show you I'm far from perfect, but I learned from my mistakes. So that's all I got. Looking forward to tomorrow. Have some more good stuff for you. Thanks.